Hello! Welcome to Polynomial Equations, and this is the last topic on your first quarter. Let us recall polynomial function. Polynomial function is of the form p of x, ayan, ito yung kanyang form, where meron tayong mga restrictions and characteristics later. N is the degree. Note that n is the highest exponent. A sub n is the leading coefficient. Ito yung coefficient ng variable or ng term na kung saan nasa kanya yung highest exponent. And then A sub 0 is the constant term, meaning wala siyang variable na kasama. And we have this restriction. A must be a real number. Yung ating mga coefficients, numerical coefficients must be a real number. A sub n must not be equal to 0. Our leading coefficient is not equal to 0. And n is a positive integer. Positive integer, yun ay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. Hindi pwedeng negative. Hindi pwedeng fraction like 1/2, 2/3, or 1/5. Kailangan ay integer. Hindi rin pwedeng radical, or halimbawa ay yung square root of 2, ayan. Hindi rin pwedeng decimal, like 1.5, 0.3, ayan. Kailangan ay positive integer. And those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on and so forth. Okay? Now, let us determine whether the given expression is a polynomial or not. Let's have this one. 2x plus 1. Yes, this is a polynomial. How about this? This is not a polynomial. Why? Note that this expression can be written as 2x raised to negative 1. Remember, kapag meron tayong negative exponent, nire-reciprocate natin siya. Kaya siya napunta doon sa ibaba. So, we have 2x raised to negative 1. So, this is not a polynomial kasi sabi natin, exponents or the n's must be a positive integer. Next. Yes, this is not because of negative 3. Next. 2 times square root of x. Okay, this is not a polynomial because this expression can be written as 2 times x raised to 1/2. Next. Yes, this is a polynomial because square root of 2 is a real number. And this x, ang exponent niya ay 1, di ba? Hindi na natin nilalagay yun. How about this? Okay, this is not dahil we have a decimal, 1.3 na exponent. So, bawal yun. Next. Yes, this is a polynomial. Yes, this is a polynomial. Nasunod naman niya yung ating mga guidelines. So, regardless kung negative or decimal or fraction yung ating mga a's or yung ating mga numerical coefficients, still they are real numbers. Square root of 3. Yes, this is a polynomial. And yes, this is a polynomial. Okay? Ang titignan niya lang talaga yan, most of the time, is yung exponent. Yes. Ito yung mga tatandaan. A is a real number. A sub n, or yung leading coefficient, is not equal to 0. And the exponent is a positive integer. Okay, polynomial equation. This is a special kind of algebraic equation where each term is a constant, a variable, or a product of constants and variable raised to whole number exponent. Bigyan natin ng emphasis yung whole number exponent. Ito yung form niya. Kagaya din siya ng polynomial function, yung form ng polynomial function, yun nga lang, naka-equate na siya. Equation, so may equal, 0. Where n is a positive integer, the largest exponent n denotes the degree of the polynomial. Again, the largest exponent is the degree of the polynomial. Hey, balik tayo. Polynomial or not? Not polynomial because of the negative 2 exponent. How about this? Yes, this is a polynomial. Ano kaya leading coefficient nito? Yung leading coefficient niya ay 1/2. And what is the degree? 1. Next. Yes, this is a polynomial. Anong degree niya? Ang degree niya ay 4 kasi 4 yung highest exponent. And what is the leading coefficient? Ito yung number, numerical coefficient ng term na nagtataglay ng highest exponent. So our leading coefficient is square root of 3. This. Of course, obviously, this is not a polynomial equation because all this and this. How about this? Yes, this is a polynomial equation. Ano ang degree? Yes, degree is 99 and the leading coefficient is 2/5. Okay? Write the terms of expression in the descending order. Ito yung tinatawag nating standard form. Determine the degree, the leading coefficient, and the constant term. Let us complete the table. So, bibigay ko example yung number 1. Again, standard form, descending order. Kailangan yung ating exponent ay in descending order. So, ang unahin natin ay yung may mataas na exponent. So, this is 4x cubed. Next, 2x. Next is negative 5. Kumbaga, i-arrange nyo lang ulit yung ating polynomial. Alright? Now, what is the degree? Degree is the highest exponent. So, we have 3. What is the leading coefficient? Ito yung number, yung coefficient nung term na nagtataglay nung highest exponent. Kumbaga, siya yung leader. So, ito yun. 4. Constant term, ito yung term na walang kasamang variable. So, we have negative 5. Okay? Another example, we have f of x. Saan yung pinakamataas? Yan, 1.2x raised to the 5th power. Next ay 1/5 x cubed. Next ay walang x squared, so doon na tayo sa x. 2.2x plus 3. Now, the degree is the highest exponent, so this is 5. Leading coefficient, the leader na coefficient, 1.2. And the constant term ay yung term na walang kasamang variable, which is 3. Last example. F of x. Anong uunahin natin? 0.54x raised to 6. Next, x raised to the 5th power. Next, 3x cubed. Next, 9x squared. Degree, 6. Leading coefficient, 0.54. And the constant term, meron bang term na walang kasamang variable? Wala. So, this is 0. Alright? So, sagutan ninyo yung inyong worksheet following this example. Let us review the real roots. Again, pag sinabing real roots, ito yung x-intercept or yung zeros. Ibig sabihin, ito yung values ni x ng ating variable x na kung saan ang polynomial or yung function ay mag-i-equal sa 0. Let us have this example. X minus 2 equals 0. What must be the value of x para maging totoo yung equation natin? So, by addition property of equality, we can write x equals 2. Ang ating root ay 2. How about this? X plus 3 equals 0. So, again, by addition property of equality, x is equal to negative 3. Okay, so ganun yung pagkuha ng hutsa. Magagamit natin yan later doon sa ating mga examples. And also, let us recall the zero product property. According to this property, if the product of A and B is equal to 0, then one of them is equal to 0 may be. A is equal to 0 o kaya si B ay equal to 0. Example, 2 times 0 is equal to 0. So, isa sa kanila ay equal to 0, kaya nag-0 yung product nila. So, if we have 4x equals 0, then x must be equal to 0. Hindi naman pwedeng 4 equals 0. Ano? So, ang minultiply kay 4 ay 0. Therefore, x is equal to 0. Now, using the ZPP, let us find the roots of this equation. Again, according to ZPP, we can have x equals 0 or x minus 4 equals 0. Alin man daw dyan sa dalawang equal to 0. Automatic, ito na yung isa. And then yung isa ay positive 4. Therefore, ang roots ng equation na ito ay 0 at saka 4. Next, x plus 1 times x minus 3. According to ZPP, x plus 1 is equal to 0 or x minus 3 is equal to 0. So, dito tayo sa una. X is equal to negative 1 or x is equal to positive 3. Therefore, our roots is or are negative 1 and positive 3. Last. Again, according to ZPP, either x squared is equal to 0 or x minus 9 equal to 0 or 2x plus 1 equal to 0. This is x equals 0 or x equals 9 or x is equal to negative 1 over 2. Ulit. Ang ating roots ay 0, 9, and negative 1/2. So, tatandaan yung ZPP, magagamit yan mamaya sa pagkuha ng roots ng polynomials. Now, we have this term called multiplicity. Multiplicity. Si multiplicity, sinasabi niya kung ilang beses naging 0 or root yung isang number. Ano? For example, we have this polynomial equation or polynomial function rather. Y equals x plus 2 squared times x plus 1 cubed times x minus 1 to the fourth times x minus 2. So, using the ZPP, sige nga, ano-ano ang roots niya? Okay, we have negative 2, negative 1, positive 1, and positive 2. Now, si negative 2 ay root of multiplicity 2. Why? Kasi, dalawang beses siyang naging root. Why? Si x plus 2 ay naka-squared. So, that means dalawang x plus 2 meron. Kaya, si negative 2 ay dalawang beses naging root. And then, negative 1 is a root of multiplicity 3 kasi naka-cube si x plus 1. And si positive 1 ay root of multiplicity 4 kasi naka-raise na 4 si x minus 1. And si positive 2, this is root of multiplicity 1. Kasi raised to 1 lang naman si x minus 2. So, yun si multiplicity ha. Nakadepende siya kung ilang beses naging root yung ating number. Let us complete the table para may apply natin si multiplicity. Complete the table below by identifying the degree and real roots of the polynomial equation. If the root occurs twice, then use multiplicity 2. Yun yung diniscuss natin kanina, si multiplicity. Or if it occurs thrice, then use multiplicity 3. Let's have the first polynomial equation. X plus 1 times x minus 2, what is the degree? Yes, this is degree 2 kasi dalawa yung factors niya. So kapag ito ay in-expand natin, ay magiging x squared. Now, what are the real roots? Or ano-ano ang real roots niya? We have negative 1 and positive 2. So, how many real roots do we have? We have 2 kasi dalawang real roots yung nakuha natin. Next, anong degree? 3. Paano ba nalalaman yun kapag naka-factor form? So, kung ilang group? This is 1, 2, 3. So, we have degree 3. This is a polynomial of degree 3. Cubic. What are the real roots? So, sa first, sa 2x, we have 0. Remember, 2x equals 0. So, by ZPP, we have x equals 0. Next, negative 3 and positive 4. So, we have 3 real roots. Next, what is the degree? 5. Kasi, tatlong x minus 2 at dalawang x plus 7. So, this is 5. What are the real roots? We have positive 2, multiplicity 3, kasi naka-cube, and negative 7, multiplicity 2. How many real roots? Dalawa lang. Kasi, paulit-ulit lang naman, ano? Kahit tatlong 2 yun, at dalawang negative 7, still, 2 pa rin yun, at saka negative 7 pa rin. So, dalawa lang ang real roots natin. Now, you may pause this video and try to answer the remaining ones. Ano? Pang-practice lang. Okay? Now, let us go to fundamental theorem of algebra. According to this theorem, if the polynomial equation of degree n with real coefficients, then it has at most n number of real roots. Ibig sabihin, kung ang degree niya ay n, ang bilang ng real roots niya ay hanggang n lang or mas mababa. Or pwedeng equal sa n with the remaining repeating roots. For example, ayan. Ano ba ang degree ng polynomial equation na ito? Hindi 12. This is degree 2 only. Kasi 6 na x minus 3 at 6 na x plus 3. Ay, sorry, degree 12. Yan. Degree 12. 6 and 6. This is 12. Now, what are the real roots? We have 3 and negative 3. How many? Dalawa. According to fundamental theorem of algebra, ang bilang ng real roots na makukuha natin ay pwedeng equal sa degree or mas mababa dito. Now, 2. Mas mababa sa 12. Pwede siyang maging 12 kapag isasama natin yung repeating roots. Kasi inuulit lang naman si negative 3 at si 3 ng 6 na beses. So, kaya siya 12. Ano? Ito pa, example. Try naman natin ng yung same lang. Magiging same lang like x minus 3, x plus 3. Ang degree nito ay 2. Ang real roots na to ay 3 at negative 3. So, dalawa. Ito equal. Ayan. Or, pwedeng mas mababa sa degree. Ano, hindi pwedeng ang degree mo ay 2, pero ang nakuha mong real roots ay 3. It's not gonna happen, okay? At most, n lang tayo. May sagot pa naman. Sinulat ko pa. Ayan. Naintindihan na? Kapag may tanong, mag-chat na lang sa akin. Now, let us try to find the roots using the ZPP. In solving polynomial equations, we can apply the factors theorem. Kapag hindi pa naka-factor, mas madaling kumuha ng roots kapag ka naka-factor na. Kasi gagamit lang tayo ng ZPP. So, let's have this one. What are the roots of this polynomial equation? Siyempre, from here, we have positive 6. And from here, we have negative 5. Again, 6 is a root of multiplicity 2. Kasi dalawang beses si x minus 6. The second example. Ano ang roots natin dito? We have 0 and positive 1. Again, 1 is root of multiplicity 2. Okay? Tingnan nga natin kung siya ay tugma kay fundamental theorem of algebra. Ano ang degree nito? 3. Ilang roots ang nakuha natin? 2. So tama kasi pwedeng 3 or mas mababa pa. Now, this one. Ano ang degree? 3. Ilang roots ang nakuha natin? 2. Okay, so ito ay naka-anchor kay fundamental theorem of algebra. Okay, so let us find these roots. What if hindi naka-factor si polynomial? Gaya ng sabi ko sa inyo kanina, mas madali kasi maghanap ng roots kapag naka-factor na kasi ZPP lang yung gagamitin natin. Paano gagawin natin? Yes, ipa-factor natin using kung saan kayo mas comfortable. So, gagamit tayo ng synthetic division mamaya. Now, I will introduce you to rational root theorem. Sinabi ko na ito kanina. So, if the polynomial p of x has any rational root, then they must be of the form positive, negative factors of the constant term divided by the factors of the leading coefficient. Para saan ba si rational root theorem? Di ba gaya ng sabi ko sa inyo kanina, kapag magpa-factor tayo using synthetic division, magta-trial and error kayo ng test 0. Now, using the rational root theorem, ililimit niya yung mga itatry ninyong test 0. Magta-trial and error pa rin kayo, pero bibigyan niya kayo ng choices kung alin dun yung itatry ninyo. So, according to the RRT, ito yung kailangan natin. Factors ng constant term divided by factors ng leading coefficient. Ito yung ating leading term. Ano ba ang leading coefficient natin? 1. Ano-ano ang factors ni 1? Siyempre, 1 lang. How about the constant term? Ano-ano ang factors ni constant term? Pwedeng 1, pwedeng 12, pwedeng 2, 3, 4, and 6. So, according to RRT, ratio ng factors ng constant term at saka ng leading coefficient. So, ang mga itatry natin ay ito, 1 over 1, o kaya ay 12 over 1, this is 12, o kaya ay 2 over 1, this is 2, 3 over 1, 4 over 1, and 6 over 1. Ayan. So, ito lang yung mga itatry ninyo na numbers. Hindi na kayo magtatry pa ng 5, ng 7. Kasama pala yung positive, negative. Positive, negative. Yan. Okay? Okay, let's proceed to the synthetic division. Siyempre, dun muna tayo sa pinakamadali. Let's have 1. 1, negative 7, 4, and then 12. 1, 1, negative 6, negative 6, negative 2, negative 2, 10. So, hindi pwede kasi hindi naman nag-0. So, erase, 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 erase tayo. Let's try negative 1. 1, negative 1, negative 8, this is 8, 12, negative 12, 0. So, one factor is x plus 1. Next, let us continue. Let us try positive 2. Doon muna tayo sa maliliit na number, ha? 1, 2, negative 6, negative 12, 0. So, another factor is x minus 2. Ano kaya yung last? Of course, 6 na ito, 1, 6, 0. This is x minus 6. So, ito na yung factors niya. Naka-factor form na. Therefore, what are the roots? So, we have negative 1, positive 2, positive 6. Yan. Or, kung mapapansin nyo, yung mga test 0 natin na tumama or nagbigay ng zero remainder, sila na rin yung roots natin. So, ganun lang. Again, si rational root theorem ay nililimitahan lang niya. Pinapaliit lang niya yung bilang ng ating choices sa mga test zero. Para nga naman mas madali. Kagaya niyan. Alam niyo na hindi pala dapat gagamitin si positive negative 5. Hindi niyo na siya itataray. Ganun si rational root theorem. At ganito ang pagkuha ng roots ng polynomial equation. Okay? Kaya napakalaking bagay na bihasa na po tayo lahat sa synthetic division. Another example, let us find the roots of x to the 4th minus 5x squared plus 4 equals 0. Sige, isama natin si rational root theorem. According to the rational root theorem, ano-ano ang factors ng ating leading coefficient? Ang ating leading coefficient ay 1. Ano ang factors niya? Or factor na lang rather, kasi 1. How about 4? We have 1, 4, and 2. So by rational root theorem, we'll try positive negative 1, positive negative 4, and positive negative 2. Saan galing yun? 1 over 1, 4 over 1, and 2 over 1. Okay? Factors ni constant term divided by the factors of the leading coefficient. Okay, let's proceed to the synthetic division. Test 0. Try natin si 1. This is 1 up. Ingat sa pagsulat ng synthetic division kasi kung makikita ninyo ay kulang yung ating mga terms. So, ang ating pang-fill in ay 0. Ilang 0? Isa. Negative 5 at isa ulit 0 and then positive 4. Pag hindi kayo naglagay ng 0 ay mali ang inyong process. Okay? 1, 1, 1. 1, negative 4, negative 4, negative 4, negative 4, 0. So our first factor is x minus 1. Next, let's try negative 1. 1, negative 1, 0. Kapag nag-0 na at naandito pa lang kayo, hindi pa yan tapos. Diretso pa. 0, negative 4, positive 4, 0. So, we have x plus 1. Pagka nga naman sinuswerte sa given, ano? Let's try positive 2. 1, 2, 2, 4, 0. So, our next factor is x minus 2. And the last is, syempre, ano ba magpapa-0 kay 2? Ay, di negative 2, ano? 1, negative 2, 0. Our last factor is x plus 2. Sana laging ganito ang given. And by ZPP, our roots are positive 1, negative 1, positive 2, and negative 2. Okay? Okay. So, if you have more questions, just PM me. Sana naiintindihan na ninyo at sana ay bihasang-bihasa na kayo kay synthetic division kasi si synthetic division talaga ang magsasalba sa inyo, lalo na sa mga susunod pa nating lessons. So that's all, and this is the end of our first quarter. I hope nag-enjoy kayo, no? Kahit wala tayong face-to-face. Again, if you have more questions, I am always available. Just PM me. Okay. Bye.